Welcome back. We always want to make sure Denver 7 viewers have the most current and up-to-date information from the source this morning. Denver Mayor Michael Hancock joins us on the phone. He is working from home, just like many of you are. And we want to thank him, first of all, so much for being here, Mayor Hancock, when so many people have questions about how this coronavirus time will play out.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Good morning to both of you.
Yeah, we want
Absolutely. Glad to be with you.
We want to start by asking about that stay-at-home order. So many people want to know, is it going to be extended in Denver? And if so, do you know for how long?
Yeah, you can certainly expect it's going to be extended. I think between now and Monday, there will be an official announcement. But no expert around me has told me that April 11th is a date that we can for certain believe that we're on the other side of this. So I expect that we'll extend it to April 30th, and we'll make that announcement in just a few days, if not sooner.
The weeks feel like months right now.
Yeah.
Everything going by so slowly. Do you think people are listening to the stay-at-home order? What steps might you need to take to enforce it, or even what would be the next level to increase it?
Brian, I do think people are listening to it. You know, there are some embers of hope. We are seeing, you know, some slowing down of the transmission. Very slight and certainly not big enough is the reason why we need to double down and to get to April 30th with the stay-at-home order. But if you go around the city, I have jogged, I have ridden my bike, just to stay active and exercise, as I'd like to do. And I see people, you know, quite frankly, practicing the social distancing that we've asked everyone to do. The streets are, you know, very, very light in terms of traffic. And that's important. And so I believe people are practicing it, and I think our modeling is beginning to show that. So this is the time for us to remain as serious and as vigilant as possible in exercising social distancing.
Yeah, I have to say, I've experienced the same thing going to the park. It's nice to really have people respecting your distance and your boundaries.
Yes.
Let's talk about the supplies, you know, and this surge. When do you anticipate Denver running out of hospital beds? And where would makeshift hospitals possibly be set up?
Well, Molly, if I can just say this first. I had a conference call with hospital administrators yesterday, and I got to tell you, I was absolutely blown away by their tenacity and their planning and their just their contingency around getting ready for the surge. We were hoping to push them to prepare for 20% extra acute care beds in terms of ICU, and they were prepared to. They came say, "Hey, listen, we're ready for double, triple the number if we need them." That doesn't mean that we're still going to have enough. We don't know how the surge is going to hit us. We expect it in the next 5 to 10 days that we're going to see this surge occur. But I got to tell you, the Army Corps of Engineers on the ground, we have worked with them and the state to help identify alternate sites for potential surge care facility outside of our regular hospitals. This will be for those patients that are dischargeable, meaning that they can go home, but they're not quite well enough to maybe be completely out of the hospital, but they don't need to be in the hospital. And so they will have a place to go, and we'll be ready for that. We're expediting that site, and we'll be ready here in Denver anyway, hopefully in the next week or two. And so we're getting there, and I am hopeful in the next week or so we'll be able to say we are ready to go, and everything is getting in place in case that surge certainly exceeds the capacity of our hospitals.
And our hats off, obviously, to the healthcare workers on the front lines right now. This virus,
absolutely,
whether you're infected or not, I mean, this virus is affecting so many people, employees, small business owners, and we've seen a lot of businesses, featured a lot of businesses here on Denver 7 that are still open or maybe fighting the rules of essential versus non-essential to stay open. Do you foresee us, I mean, I know this is a fluid situation, but do you foresee us having to better define those rules? And what kind of long-term impacts could the virus have on Denver's economy?
Yeah.
Brian, you know, first of all, yes, it is fluid, and we expect it. This is a big deal. This is unprecedented in our era in terms of having shut down whole industries to keep everyone safe. We knew there would be some challenges with interpretation. There'd be challenges with companies that simply say we're not closing, and we were prepared to go through a process of educating and informing them to discourage their action and ultimately bring in the law in terms of citation and then hopefully arrest, and ultimately arrest. And hopefully we don't have to get to that point. But we expected that. And so the reality is that we knew this was going to be a process and it was going to be incremental. But we got to do it. And it's about keeping everyone safe. And these are the hardest decisions I've ever had to make because I know it may mean that people's jobs are on the line. We're devastating our economy. But we have to make them for the ultimate overall health of the community in our city. And so, yeah, you can expect this is going to be devastating to our economy. And it's going to be a while before we recover from this. And we're going to have to make even greater sacrifices going forward in order to recover. This could be as deep, if not deeper, than the Great Recession, which means that we're going to have to make some serious sacrifices in order to pull us out. And it's going to be longer than the actual virus existing in our community because of its impacts.
Absolutely. Well, Mayor Hancock, we know you're busy, so we certainly appreciate you taking the time to talk to us this morning. And I know our viewers absolutely get a little peace of mind with the access that you've given them in answering some of their concerns and questions. So thank you again, and stay healthy out there.
You all are great. Thanks for what you do. And again, continue to pray for and keep our first responders in your thoughts.
Absolutely.
All right. Stay healthy. All right. Thank you, Mayor.
You bet.